If you're feeling unmotivated, do this. Chances are you've had nights where you sat in silence, your heart full of dreams, but your mind completely blank. No clue where to begin. You crave a life that's vibrant, inspiring, and free. But it feels like there's an invisible wall between you and that life. Every day goes by, and you keep dreaming, keep hoping. But your actions are hesitant, and the results? Barely a trickle. You've probably watched dozens of motivational videos, felt your blood pumping, your heart racing, believing, I've got this. But the next morning, that energy's just gone, like it was never there to begin with. And then you're back to the same old cycle: exhaustion, self doubt, and the haunting question: maybe I'm just not good enough? Stop. Take a breath. You're not alone. I've been there, right in that same emotional space. But I found the one thing that can break down that wall, a truth that can awaken the extraordinary power within you. And today I want to share it, not as some fluffy theory, but as a real spark to help you start living the life you've been dreaming of. So many of us know the feeling. You watch a powerful video, you're fired up, your heart is pounding, and you're all in. But by the next day, the fire's gone. You're back where you started, procrastinating, doubting, stuck in a loop of waiting. The big question we all wrestle with is this: how do I stay motivated? How do I go beyond dreaming and actually start moving forward? The answer isn't some secret hack. What's standing between you and your dream life isn't a lack of talent or intelligence. It's the lack of action. Successful people aren't the ones who know the most. They're the ones who start the earliest. They don't wait to be ready. They don't wait for things to be perfect. They just start. One small step, one clear action, every single day. Today, pick one thing, no matter how small, and just do it. Write down your goal. Sign up for that class. Send the message. Your first step doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. Because here's the truth: real motivation is born from action. Your life won't transform overnight, but everything will start to shift the moment you start moving. And that moment is right now. Before we dive into the rest of the content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss out on more powerful and inspiring videos like this one. If something in this message spoke to you or helped you see your path more clearly, drop a comment below. And now, let's begin the journey to unlock the power within you. 1. The big question: is there really a solution? Sometimes it's not that we lack dreams, it's that we lack the strength to keep going. That feeling of being overwhelmed, lost, or stuck in a rut is all too familiar for anyone trying to change their life. You're not lazy. You're just exhausted from trying so hard without seeing the results. To be honest, this video almost didn't happen. I kept thinking, someone else has probably done this already. What could I possibly say that hasn't been said? But then, one thought completely shifted my mindset. If this message once helped me get back on my feet and reignited something in me, maybe, just maybe, it could spark something for someone else too. The solution isn't about how much you know. It's about what you're willing to do right now. Sometimes, one spark of hope at just the right moment can completely change the direction of a person's life. So I chose to share. I chose to believe that a single message, delivered at the right time, can save someone who feels like they're barely hanging on. 2. Digging deeper. Why aren't you moving forward? It's not that you're not good enough. It's not that you're not trying. It's because you've been waiting to feel inspired before you take action. And that's the silent trap that's been holding you back. Lack of motivation isn't a sign of laziness. It's a sign of a mind stuck in an emotional loop. I've been there too. I used to let my emotions steer the wheel. If I felt good, I worked. If I felt down, I quit. If I was excited, I jumped in. If I was tired, I delayed. The result? Progress was slow, or worse, non-existent. Until I realized one thing that changed the entire game. Motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you generate by taking action. When you get up and do something, even something small, your body kicks into motion, your energy starts flowing, and your mind begins to wake up. Action creates emotion, and positive emotion gives you the fuel to take the next step. Don't wait for inspiration to begin. Begin, and inspiration will follow. That's how people who stay consistent make real progress, not by chasing fleeting feelings, but by building steady habits one day at a time. 3. Breaking the cycle of procrastination, the turning point. It's time to break free from the cycle that's been quietly holding you back. How many times have you told yourself you'd do something important only to end up scrolling through your phone, checking social media, or saying, I'll wait until I feel inspired? And just like that, another day slips by. That's the procrastination loop, where you're caught between the desire to change and the fear of starting. But here's the truth: you don't have to feel ready to begin. The moment you take even the smallest step, things begin to shift. Action is the spark that awakens the energy inside you. When you do, your brain registers the start. Every cell in your body starts to wake up. That positive energy doesn't come from waiting, it comes from moving. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start. Write one sentence, list one goal, clear off your desk, do something, anything that pulls you out of stillness and pushes you into motion. 4. Fuel your motivation through action, not waiting. The longer you sit around waiting for motivation to strike, the more you trap yourself in the cage of procrastination. Moments that could have been progress get swallowed up by hesitation, overthinking, and that familiar voice saying, I'll start when I feel like it. But the truth is, inspiration doesn't show up first. It shows up after you do. Action is the key that unlocks motivation. It's the only thing powerful enough to break the cycle you're stuck in. Every time you begin, even if it's messy, even if you're unsure, even if your mind is all over the place, you're sending a message to your brain: I'm in. And that's when everything starts to shift. Creativity, momentum, and motivation don't come before the journey. They show up along the way. Starting is the hardest part, but it's also the most powerful, because that's the moment you awaken the part of you that's been waiting to rise. 5. The key is action. Even the smallest step matters. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to be 100% sure. What you really need right now is just one small action. Something simple, but powerful enough to create a bigger shift than you realize. On the path to building the life you want, the first step is always the most important. Even if it's so small, no one notices. It's the move that shifts you from waiting into moving forward. And once you're in motion, everything starts to change. Energy, inspiration, creativity, they don't show up before you act. They come after. They're triggered by your willingness to move. Every time you push past laziness or fight off procrastination, you're building an inner strength that lasts. Today's small action is the seed of tomorrow's breakthrough. The things that seem small or insignificant can completely shift the trajectory of your life. 6. Real talk. All it takes is one small step. Action is always the beginning of transformation. Don't wait for inspiration to show up, because inspiration isn't something you can control. It comes and goes like the wind. But action? That's something you can choose right now. Big goals can feel overwhelming. You look at everything that needs to get done, and suddenly you freeze, you procrastinate, you give up. But there's one powerful way to beat that. Break the goal down and focus on just one thing, one simple task, one small step, one specific action. A small action creates positive momentum. You do one thing, a little more confident, you do another thing. And just like that, motivation starts building from your own movement. You don't need to feel ready to begin. You need to begin to feel ready. Action leads the way. Inspiration follows. That simple truth has helped millions of people change their lives. So instead of waiting for the right moment, make now your moment. Do something, even if it's small, and let that spark carry you forward. 7. Final message. A genuine word of encouragement. The only thing standing between you and the life you dream of isn't luck. It's not talent either. It's action. That's it. A lot of people have dreams. A lot of people have pictured a brighter, more fulfilling life. But only a few are willing to take that first step. The difference isn't in what you wish for. It's in whether or not you start. One small step, one clear decision, one moment of pushing through resistance. Sometimes that's all it takes to completely shift the direction of your life. I don't know exactly where you are on your journey. I don't know what battles you're facing or how many times you've felt disappointed. But what I do know is this: if you're still here, reading these words, there's a powerful spark inside you. and it's ready to be lit. Light it up with just one small action today. Close the book and write down your goal. Pause this video and finally start that thing you've been putting off. Send the message. Step outside. Dive in. Whatever it is, just don't stay still, because momentum starts with you. And from here, anything is possible.